Pioneer Electronics Pro Audio Group proudly presents the CMX-3000, the next-generation twin CD player. Designed to exceed the expectations of the DJ, the CMX-3000 sets a new benchmark for performance and reliability. And now to take you through a step-by-step demonstration of this amazing new piece of DJ gear from Pioneer, here's Pioneer's premier national demonstrator, DJ Hot Toddy.
Hi, I'm DJ Hot Toddy. I'm Pioneer's national demonstrator. You've probably seen me in some of the other videos. And I'm about to introduce to you the next generation in twin CD player. It's the CMX-3000. Let's get going. First of all, it plays your regular CDs, CDRs, and CDRWs. But what it also does, it actually sees a CD text on your homemade CDs and some of the commercial CDs that have CD text on them. It's front loading, there's no trays to break, and it loads up very fast so you can get to your mix right away. You have your standard Pioneer features, you have your auto cue, you have your stutter play, of course the CD player wouldn't be a Pioneer without fade or start play. That is, if you didn't know by now, you're able to start the song using the crossfader instead of the play button, and you can get some great stuttering effects with that. You can also find a place in your song very, very quickly by holding down the search button, faster than any other player in the market. You can also find a track very quickly. Let's say you have a track that's got like 80 songs on it, some samples and scratch sounds or whatnot. You can find, I'll say like track 40, just like a half a turn. It's really, really cool. If you take a look at the unit a little closer, you'll see that there's a jog mode button. We have two different modes that you can choose from, the CDJ mode and the scratch mode. The CDJ mode is a standard mode where you cue it up and you actually can hear the music stuttering. And then when you press play, you can actually speed up and slow down the music by using the jog dial. Now in the scratch mode, by pressing the jog mode button once, you can actually cue up the music without the stutter. And when you're in play mode, the jog dial is not used as a pitch bend, but actually used to stop and start the music. It's really cool. Not only can I cue it up without having any stuttering, but I can also do other DJ tricks such as backspinning. That's cool. And I can stop it anytime I want and let it go and I'm back in there. If you take a closer look, you'll also notice that the CMX-3000 displays a waveform. What that is an actual sound output of your music, and you can actually see the peaks and the valleys of your song. How it works is that 3000 actually reads a CD and in real time gives you the output display. Let's say a song is 6 minutes long, but you always mix out of it at 3.5 minutes. You never play the end of the song. Well, what it will do is it will read the display up to 3.5 minutes, and you can almost use it as a bookmark, letting you know that it's time to mix out of that song. The vinyl DJ would look at the grooves on his record to see where his break is coming up. Now the CD DJ can see exactly when the break is coming up just by looking on the display. This is an incredible feature, and it's brand new, and it's Pioneer technology. Pioneer is notorious for its incredible looping features on its CD players. There is loop out adjust, and the exit button is now teamed up with the reloop button. And we have this brand new feature, and it's called emergency loop. What it does is at the press of a button, it'll create a 4-beat loop, and it'll actually make it perfect. In other words, let's say you're coming to the end of a song and you don't have something ready. All you got to do is press the button, you have a 4-beat loop. You don't have to worry about your out point, and you really don't have to worry about your in point. If you're somewhere near that beat, the CMX-3000 will find it for you. It's amazing. And it's just not for emergencies either. You can actually incorporate it in your programming and come up with some real complex 4-beat loops over and over and over. course, a Pioneer CD player wouldn't be complete without its master tempo. Pioneer was the first company to come out with a DJ product with a real-time pitch correction, and there still has yet to have another CD player that can come out with the quality that Pioneer gives you. They've even improved that on the pitch control. We have our plus minus 6, 10, and 16 modes, and on the plus minus 6 mode, you actually can increase or decrease the tempo by increments of 0.05%, and that's something new on the 3000. So what that does, it makes it less sensitive and more like an analog pitch control. And I know you DJs out there will appreciate that. We've also added another mode called the wide mode, and what that is a plus minus 100%. It's incredible. And you can actually do that in real time, and you can time stretch it and time compress it down, and you can actually make it stop when you get down to 0 and start it back up again. Pioneer is well known for listening to the DJs out there and all the features that they want in our players. Well, one of the most requested features was to have pitch bend buttons on our players. Well, Pioneer listened, and we have it on there for you. In addition, not only does it increase and decrease the pitch, but if you hold it down, you can actually make it sound like a break if you have it on wide mode. Now wide mode with master tempo off and down to a complete stop. Now wide mode with master tempo on, thus achieving a time stretch effect. Awesome. There's nothing more annoying than having your CD skip during your performance. Well, the CMX-3000 takes care of that with a minimum of 10 seconds memory buffer per side. Now it'll go all the way up to 17 seconds, but the 10 seconds is minimum if you're in the scratch mode. So you know your music's not going to skip under any conditions. One of the hottest new features on the CMX-3000 is the ability to store and recall cue points and loops by press of a button. You have 3 memory banks, and it's very easy to do. All I'd have to do is press record, get in record mode, and press 1, 2, or 3, and when I want to recall it, make sure the record mode is off, and just press the button, and I get my sound instantly. The CMX-3000 also has intelligent memory. It'll remember up to 1,000 of your CDs. It'll remember the hot cue and loop points, and it'll remember the waveform data. Now I say intelligent because let's say that you used up your 1,000 CDs. You're on 1001, you stick it in there, and you think it's going to erase that first CD. What it does, it'll erase the CD that you play the least. That's right. It actually counts the amount of times that you use those CDs and gives priority to the CDs you use the most. It's truly amazing. Of course, the CMX-3000 can calculate your beats per minute of your music, and it displays it right there for you. But certain music has tough rhythmic patterns, and sometimes you'll be playing an a cappella or maybe some breakbeat. In that case, you would want to use the tap feature, which is a brand new feature for the 3000. Just tap the button in time to the music, and you instantly have a display. Now I want to show you a state-of-the-art feature in the CMX-3000, which is called BPM Sync. What you can do is you can play a track and actually have a loop on another CD match the beats with the song that you're playing. So if I have a song playing on CD 1 and I have a loop on CD 2, by using the BPM Sync function, I can actually get those lined up. First off, I need to create a loop on player B. Now I'll turn down the volume on the mixer, and then I'll select the track that I want to mix into on player A, making sure the BPMs are relatively the same. Then I press the BPM Sync button. Make sure player B is queued up, and then start the loop. As you can see, the BPMs are matching each other up, and by the 4 lights that are flashing. Now I'm going to turn up the volume on player B, and there you have it. The loop on player B is BPM synced up to the track on player A. Incredible. Pioneer's always had a secret relay play feature in all of its players. Basically, you would have 2 CD players, such as the 502 or the 700, and you would link up a cable to the back of each CD player. The players would then alternate playing the entire CD, one after the other. Well, we've incorporated that feature in the CMX-3000 at a press of a button. So if I'm playing a CD on the A side, I have the auto cue off, and it plays the entire CD. If I have a relay play on, which is this button right here, it will play the entire CD, and then it will start with the CD in player B, play the entire CD, and come back and do it all over again. If I have auto cue on, however, I could play CD A, it'll play the first track of that CD, then it'll play the first track of CD B, and it'll actually alternate back and forth. And it'll do this cycle over and over again as long as you want it. Now, what's a really cool thing about this relay play is that I don't necessarily have to have the song play at the beginning of the track. In other words, I could actually queue up my song in player B, for instance, have it on A, and actually go to that cue point and start from that cue point. So let's say that, I need to go to the bathroom or something while I'm DJing. I could actually queue it on up, press relay play, leave the booth. When this song ends over here, it'll automatically play the next track. It's pretty cool. The CMX-3000 has digital outputs, so you can actually archive your music collection if you want. You can send it to a DAT, a PC, or any other digital device. All you have to do is flip the switch in the front, digital mode on, and you're ready to go. Now keep in mind that you can't use the pitch control, the looping, or any of the other advanced features while digital mode is on. It's just a straight output to digital.